make or buy analysis. This is a general management technique to determine whether work is best done by the project team or purchased from an outside source. And even when you are purchasing from an outside source, in what form are you doing this? Are you buying? Are you renting? Are you leasing? So there are many considerations. This decision is not to be done, is not to be taken randomly, is not to be taken without thought. There are lots of considerations. For example, availability, the skill involved, control over work. When you say control over work, there are some required resource that you can't just, you rather want to have it in-house rather than, getting it from outside. Maybe as a result of maybe having more control. In fact, on some projects, there are some resources that by regulation, maybe for security reasons or industry standards, you probably don't want to bring from outside. You want the person to be inside. So, control over work, control over information on the work. Then you now have capability. Yes, maybe you don't have the capability in-house. That might force you to want to bring it from outside. Risk involved. Budget. Yes, budgeting could also be a consideration. Maybe for budget reasons, you want to do it in-house without having to, bring it from outside. Maybe it's not a resource you can afford. But for schedule reasons, there are times in which you want to outsource to someone outside because you want to achieve speed on the project. So a lot of all these things are considered when you want to choose whether to purchase, to lease, or to rent. So another tool that can be used here is expert judgment. So as we have always we've always come across expert judgment. It's just about the use of consultants, or maybe having to discuss with some other subject matter experts in lots of areas. So like in this case now, there are some purchasing experts that you could consult, for help and guidance. You could also consult some legal experts, on issues, contract issues, legal contract issues, maybe terms and conditions, and SLAs and all of that. So expert judgment is one of the tools you could use to guide you when you are doing this process. Then you have market research. Market research, capabilities of industry and sellers must be researched by information gained at conferences, online, other sources. You leverage mature technologies by balancing your risks with other less mature technologies. Essentially, what we mean here is that you want to research the industry. You want to research about the possible vendors. You want to research about, what exactly you are trying to do, because that will guide you in planning how you want to handle procurement. It's a lot easier for you to plan procurement when you know sufficiently well about the industry, when you know sufficiently well about the top performers, who are the top vendors here, what is the pricing range, and other things like that. So you could do your market research to get smarter around, this information. Then you have meetings. Meetings here essentially is about you having to meet different people, different stakeholders, information exchange with potential bidders, can benefit the project.